smart people, so we don't need to worry about them. Any Nagpur guys are there? Okay, so now we'll see. We already seen what is a CPU and different models of CPU. Then we'll see what is a RAM and what is a ROM. Now, guys, what is RAM? We have to record this one also.
This conference will now be recorded.
Very. What is RAM? Anyone? What is it?
Access memory.
Very good.
Memory.
Random access
Access
memory. So the question is, what is random access memory? RAM is a random access memory. Then what is random access memory? Just in English meaning only. Normal meaning.
It accesses the files in at regular interval of time and
The temporary memory basically.
It's a physical memory to processor.
Yeah, that is you are telling about
Physical
RAM.
storage to processor.
I am asking about the question is in English meaning of random access memory. Someone told answer that just need a little bit additional. What is random?
Random means something random and accessing or an random memory is accessing the files basically. Sir.
Normally, random means
Yeah,
meaning of random. Just normal.
not specific.
Not a
Not
specific one.
specific.
Pick anything. Not a specific. Pick a
Yeah.
card. Guys, you studied probability, statistics. Probability is there, no? Intermediate in engineering.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This random thing is very important in a sampling theory.
Uncertain events, sir.
Uncertain event. Very good. Pick a card. Pick a ball. Pick a red ball. These are random things. So what you want, you can pick it. For example, in my desktop, I have so many icons are there. So many, so much of data is there. So I no need to access. For example, I want to access this movie list file. Okay, and I no need to start from the starting. I can directly access this file directly. So I no need to be wait to finish the previous all the one by one line, one by one file. I no need to open. I open this one only. Yeah, I made some. If Puzzle watch this movies, this is very good movie. Definitely good movie. This is. I didn't watch this movie, so I will have to watch movie. Okay, like that. Okay, so whatever it is here, you need to be go with this file and then this file and this file like that. So I no need to go as a sequential manner. So we can go with the random access memory. You know, tape recorders like olden days we listen to the songs with a cassette. So if you remember that one, if you know, it is a sequential memory. Means if you complete the first song, then we'll go for second. Then second is completed, then only go for third one. For example, you want to listen directly fourth song. You have to do fast forward. You can't select the fourth song directly. But here you can select the what the file you want it. We can access directly without waiting to finish up the first and second, third like that. So that is called a random access memory. That's good one. So the accessing files randomly means which one you want it, you can take that one directly. So that is a very good one. And also you are telling about the RAM. That is also very good. It's a temporary memory, right? You said temporary memory. It is a volatile memory. What is volatile? When power,
The data will get erased after
yes,
power. Sir.
when power off, no data in the RAM. So when power data will be erased. That is actually a good word. The data will be erased when power off. No data means data will be gone from the volatile memory. Like it's a temporary memory, it won't store anything in a permanently. No permanent memory is a thing. Okay. So data is all data is transmitting through RAM only. All data, everything, data and instructions passes through RAM only. Okay, compulsory RAM. RAM is a main memory.
So your screen is stuck again.
Yeah, tell me.
So your screen is stuck.
To use screen.
Whatever you're typing, we are not able to see, sir.
Yeah, right. So if you don't have a RAM, you can't see anything. Boot will be failed. It's very good. So you can't see the screen.
No, we can't see what you're typing, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. That's what
I
I'm
thought it is you are telling an
Screen got
answer.
stuck.
Screen against track. Now it is loaded. Last line
Yeah.
is the main memory.
Yes.
Now it's getting so application, right? Big application. This is so that's maybe another one. Okay, it called as a main memory or physical memory. So that is also you tell very good. It's also called as a physical memory. So it's a important memory. So without this one, so we can't work with the system. Nothing will be there. Okay, so to keep this one also one side to minimize otherwise. Okay, so this is about your basically RAM. RAM usually two types. One is SRAM. Another one is DRAM. Okay, so SRAM usually use it for a cache memory. It is a very high speed memory. We can't use it for a normal regular memory purpose. Normal RAM purpose we don't use it. Only for cache memory purpose only. Okay, which is for a CPU purpose only. RAM is a pure form of transistors. It's a pure form of transistors. That's why it is a very speed and very costly compared to DRAM. DRAM is a combination of things like resistors, capacitors, transistors. We use it. So that's why it is a little bit delay carries in the SRAM. SRAM refresh rate is faster. Okay, so auto refresh. It means once it is load the data, it give the data to the CPU and it reload the data. It's keep loading the data automatically. It automatically refresh memory. So it will take the memory in and out, okay, automatically. So then DRAM is no auto refresh, so we have to give manual refresh only. So like not a manual, there's a mechanism for a DRAM is there. So DRAM is a slower but cheaper. It's a slow and cheaper, and DRAM is a further develop into um, SDRAM. Okay, further develop into SDRAM and different type of DRAMs also there, like a EDO RAM, okay, RDRAM, RAM bus dynamic RAM, EDO RAM, video RAM, VRAM. VRAM is different, virtual RAM is different. VRAM means video RAM, like a graphics, okay, for like a graphic types. VRAM. This SDRAM, again, SDRAM, synchronous dynamic RAM, is almost same speed as a SRAM only, but it is cheaper. Further develop into DDR. Okay? Further develop into DDR. So that's why it is not just a DDR. So when you say it is a DDR, it's a DDR SDRAM. DDR SDRAM because SDRAM is become a DDR. So first DDR is a DDR double data rate, double data rate, and DDR2. Okay, DDR3. Now DDR4. DDR5 is there, but DDR5 not for a RAM purpose. DDR5 is graphic cards using. Usually, if you purchase a graphic card or if you see the details of graphic cards, either it is DDR3 model or DDR5 model. So if you see a DDR5, it's usually graphic card. Please verify, is it a graphic card or just a RAM? Okay, DDR5 RAM as a RAM, not released into the market, not yet. But DDR4, the new version of DDR4 supporting latest 11th generation, also supported by DDR4 only. Maybe a 12th or 13th generation, that time maybe it will release a DDR5. Okay, so next, any RAM. If you pick any RAM, there is a two parameters. One is again clock speed. Every RAM has a clock speed. Okay, and the next size of the RAM. So usually we look at the size of the RAMs only. It is taking 1 second delay. Yeah, that is the happening because when I type faster, multiple lines, so it is not refreshing. It taking time. That is not good. Okay, so no problem. Okay, we'll see the sizes like uh, MB sizes. So the sizes in MBs and GBs. For example, 1 GB RAM, 512 MB RAM, 1 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM. Currently, we are having different RAMs, right? 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM. Like that, it is keep going. Clock speed is 800 megahertz, 1600 megahertz. In your Amazon or Flipkart also you can see different RAMs with different speeds. 2100. Okay. One more is 1333 megahertz.
Sir, what exactly is clock speed?
Very good. I will tell. 24. Let's keep going. So it is okay. Keep going. 36 maximum current value is 36 megahertz. What is this clock speed? Is a very good one. So normally, in a computer, data will be transfer from one to another point. So one place to another place, one register to another register, or one place to another place, or one device to another device. So data is there, but data never transfer from one place to another place. Usually data won't transfer. To transfer the data, so there is a clock. Clock means it generate a frequency. It is look like this one. So I will go to the drawing tutorial. So like this one. So like this one, this is it generate a clock like using some piezoelectric oscillators also there. Okay, it generate a clock. It means it's a signal, it's a frequency signal, you can say. So with a square wave is usually they use a square wave. It generate a clock. It is a running frequency. What happened? So whenever you have a data, for example 0 is there, it carries a 0 to the next. So it move the data from one place to another place, either within the your chip or within the circuit board. Means chip to chip communication. Okay, within your IC to IC or maybe inside also. So data within a CPU or CPU to RAM or RAM to cache or maybe for others the devices communication. So entirely depends upon the clock speed. Every device has some clock speed. CPU, RAM, hard disk, or anything works based on a some clock speed. So it is a speed. Speed is speed. Normally, it's an invented one because frequency is inversely proportional to the time period. So this is the time period actually, total time period. Okay, so using this clock, data will transmit. The speed of the clock is high, data transmission is also high. This is simple to understand. Okay, so like you have a data 1010111101, like this, whatever it is. Okay, you have a data, something is there, so you want to transmit the data. So normally we are doing anything is in a computer wise, so data only. It transmits the data. That's why it is called as a clock speed. So higher the speed, so higher faster it will work. That's it. There is another few things also there. So we have to know about just not only clock speed. So generally a clock speed it is. Okay. In a computer they use a piezoelectrical, a small look like a steel body type. You can see any circuit board. You can see the piezoelectrical one. It generates clocks. So when we you give an electrical signal, so automatically it will generate a dedicated clock speed, a dedicated clock speed. So including your watches, quartz watch is there no watch. So normal your hand watch or maybe all clocks are there no. Earlier we have a key mechanism, HMT key mechanism is there. Now they are using a piezo, means nothing but a quartz material. It is nothing but a small quartz chip is there. Whenever it got a power, it generated a clock. So the clock is divided into 60 into 60 into 60, like a it generates 60 seconds. That's it. A 1 second period. So then it is attached to your so okay, it is generated 1 second frequency. So then it is attached to second. The seconds are there, no? So the that one. So the it will put it connected to seconds. 1 seconds completed one rotation, then 1 minute. 1 minute is completed one rotation, complete rotation. The minute hand complete one rotation, it will become hours. So the quas wave means it is nothing but it generate a 1 second frequency. This is also same thing. Like it's 1 H means 1 second. 2 H means how much?
Mm, 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
0.5 second. Half of it. It's inverted. The frequency is equal to 1 by T.
1/2.
So always like your current, our AC current, 50 hertz frequency. It means got 0.02 seconds time period. The signal time period, like every every 0.1 second on, another 0.1 second off. So within a 0.02 seconds on or off will happens in our we are
So this is
listening
to complete one. So this is to complete one cycle.
one cycle. So time period means it's a complete one cycle. Okay, so like that. Okay, okay. That's a very good answer. Like that. Ask me questions, no problem. But I will deviate. Time period will be there. But in interview last time one interview, not one interview, two interviews they ask about diode. Diode polarization. Mobile communication, guys, people who are EC, the communication people, better to check mobile communication. They ask for what is GS and CDMA, what is GSM and what is CDMA. Okay, what is the difference between that one? Mobile technologies. Okay, so what is TDS? What is this kind of stuff? FM, AM. So these are general questions, and as well as mostly mobile technology. What is the latest mobile technology? Okay, 5G, 4G, and what is the frequency for that one? Operating frequencies. Okay, so general questions only. General questions and mainly engineering questions. And they're asking what is resistor, what is diode, what is transistor, what is transistor. These kind of questions also asking. So don't think like you're asking a very small one. Everything you're asking also very good one. Okay, very good. So like this is the clock speeds, clock this one. So these two things you have to verify. Now, how to select a RAM? So selection of RAM. Selection of RAM is mainly selection of RAM. Like what RAM I have to use. What RAM I have to use. It depends upon CPU. First is it depends on CPU. So already I told when you see a CPU details, you have to check CPU details. Then it will tell. So type of RAM. Okay. Example DDR3 or a DDR4. Okay. So type of RAM. So clock speed of RAM, the average clock speed of the RAM. Clock speed of the RAM is a 1600 megahertz. You have to use it. 1333 megahertz. You have to use it. 2100. You have to use it. 2400. You have to use it. 3400. You have to use it. Or 3600. You have to use it. Like that. You have to see the clock speed of the RAM. Next, max size support. Max size of RAM. As per the CPU, depends upon CPU. So what type of CPU, what type of RAM, what type of clock speed, what maximum RAM. Okay, um, max socket support, RAM sockets. Okay, maximum RAM, not socket, we call it as a slots. Okay, so maximum RAM slots support. Some CPU support only two RAM slots. Some CPU support more four RAM slots, like that. So maximum RAM support. Next, depend on motherboard. It depends upon what motherboard you use it. Also, you have to select it. So it depends upon number of slots. Then you have to select the based on it. Next, again clock speed. Make sure clock speed. Type of RAMs. Okay, type of RAM. So compatibility is important because if you are RAM DDR3 supported motherboard, DDR3 supported motherboard, you can't put a DDR4. Even your CPU supports. Even your CPU support DDR3 and as well as DDR4. If motherboard is not supporting, if motherboard is not supporting, then you can't put it. So it's a DDR3. You can't put DDR4. My laptop DDR3. I can't put DDR4 because that slot is a different part. So number of slots. Your CPU support four slots. On your motherboard, you have only two slots. You can't put an extra two, right? So like that. So depends upon motherboard, number of slots on motherboard, clock speed support on motherboard, and another one is voltage levels. High voltage, low voltage is there, like a 1.5 volts or a 3 volts type of RAMs are there. 3.3 volts, 3 volts RAMs are there. So voltage level also you have to verify it. You have to verify the clock speed compatibility, RAM compatibility, max RAM compatibility, and model means DDR3, DDR4, what type of RAM you are using. So that is you have to select it. So again, what is a RAM? Random access memory. It is a main memory or a physical memory, and it is a volatile memory. It is a temporary memory. When power is off, data will be erased, and it never store the data permanently. It never data permanently. It means either power is on, power is off. In both the ways, data won't be stored. For example, I open this page. This entire my background applications like my Outlook, my Skype, what I'm seeing here in a down, my Google Chrome, WhatsApp, this GoToMeeting, my this Notepad files, background recording things, control panel, Excel sheet is open, right? And background process related one, background icons, their thumbnails. This entire operating system related things are currently in my RAM. So everything is now it is in RAM only. It occupies in a RAM only. For example, if I close this notepad, if I close this notepad, the data gone from the RAM automatically. Everything operates from the RAM only. Okay. So if I close this up file, so it the data removed from the RAM automatically. Okay. And data RAM refresh the data means it will take the data and give it to the CPU process and showing on our screen now. Okay, and again it will take it, again it will take it. When I'm typing, it take the data and process it and try to present on the screen. Okay, so it never store per data permanently. It is dynamically loading the data always. Okay, different RAMs are there. SRAM, DRAM is there. SRAM is for cache memory, you know already. Cache memory for a CPU, L1, L2, L3 cache memories. DRAM is a further different DRAMs are there. So SD RAM, DDO RAM, RDRAM, ERAM, VRAM, ECC RAM, error correction code. Okay, ECC RAM, different RAMs are there. So HDRAM further develop into DDR and DDR2, DDR3, DDR4. Difference between these RAMs are a data rate means their frequency is a different one. So my RAM is this speed. Okay, max and DDR3 speed is up to here only. But if you go to DDR4, you'll get a higher clock frequencies. Better to check with already I told Amazon and all. Better to go to any RAM. Take one DDR3. Check those parameters, sizes and clock speeds. Check it. There's PC values also there. That's a different point. Okay, so here the size of the RAM matters. When size of the RAM increases, the data flow increases. Okay, so if you increase the RAM size, increase RAM size, increases speed of the system. Okay, it increases the speed of the system. Okay, if you increase, so instead of increase, I put increase. It's a habitual increase. It's a very simple one. Have a habit of typing create. So fingers are typed. I am not. So increase of RAM size, increase of speed of system. So it will increase the speed of the system, right? So how it will speed increases, it can able to hold the data more, and it can able to send the data to the CPU and take the data from the CPU, and we can able to present it. Means the flow increases. It is simply say, as I said yesterday, RAM is like a pipe. So if you try to send a data, so like if smaller the pipe, you cannot store more data in even in a temporary also. Okay, because it's a flow, so the flow is a lesser. If you use a big pipe, then what happen, the flow is much faster. Same thing as a RAM, same thing as a RAM. So you can load more data, or at least for example, easy to tell, I have a 4 GB RAM. Sorry, I have a 4 GB RAM. Okay, so total my operating system, my application will take almost like a 3.5 GB. Occupied 3.5 GB. System is slow. My operating system, I open some applications and I'm doing some work. Okay, so it occupy almost 4.3 GB from RAM. System is become slower. For example, if I use 8 GB RAM, but same data load, both are okay, right? So in both the systems, 3.5 is a my usage data store, right? That the application and operating system occupy RAM space. Currently, in a current instant, it is occupying in a 4 GB, also 3.5, 8 GB to 3.5. But which is give more easy performance, better performance is a 8 GB, because it can, if you open some application, still no problem. Second one is it move data very easily. You know, if you are in a Hyderabad or Pune, because I know both the things. Pune bus is very special. I think Pune people also there. Pune buses are very special. Whether you are like a instead of male or female, okay, so boy or a girl or a uncle or auntie, whatever it is, you have to get in a back side of the bus. The bus back door is there. So both for both boys and girls from like a male and female, any gender, get in the bus from background, and you have to get out from the bus, means when you coming out the bus from the front door, means at a driver's place. That is their rule in a Pune. In Hyderabad it is different. Front side, that is girls, means usually any ladies, females, from the front side of the door, and back side door for a gents purpose, right? So no need of touching and um, uneasy kind of stuff. Okay, and driver also knows who is getting into the bus in a friend or bus. If any girls are there, the longer they will stop. So no one is there. Girls or old people are not there. They don't stop much. But here in a Pune is different one. So what happen if bus is fully packed? If you want to get on from the bus, it's very difficult. Fully packed, very difficult to get on from the bus, right? If bus is same people, but it is very bigger bus. For example, in one bus, there is a 80 members are there in a single bus. Bus capacity is of 40 only, but think like 80 people are there, means full pack in a bus. In a bus, one size single size bus. Same 80 people in a very big bus, double the size of the bus. So we can get easy to move. So that's we can easily give information to the CPU. Easy to we can organize. It's automatically it will organize the process and all kind of stuff. So it won't go slowly. So the speed of the RAM increases, the speed of system also increases. Okay, speed of the RAM size increases, the speed of system increases. It won't increase the clock speed. Clock speed is always a constant only. How many RAMs you use it, like one. So that is the one of the thing. Okay, it is a main memory. Okay, so this is, if you want to add any points also you can add it. Can you able to see the screen? Yeah, screen is okay.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me. Why it's not an. Next one is a ROM. What is ROM? Anyone?
Only memory.
Very good.
Read only memory.
Very good. Read only memory. You know what is the next question?
Types of ROM.
No. What is read only memory?
Read only memory.
Hmm.
It only read the data, but can't write or modify the data in the ROM.
Very good. We can only read the memory, means we can take the data from the ROM, but we cannot able to put the data, or we can't able to modify data in the ROM. Very good. Now tell me the ROM kind. Actually, ROM is nothing but a simple chip. Everything is a chip. The program is already burned into the chip. Means, so the circuit board, it is just a simple a circuit inside. The transistors are inside. it is so connected to perform like this. Just like your switchboard, two-way switchboard is there, right? So there are connected switches, like bedside one switch and main side one switch is there. For example, like before you go to the bed, so once you are enter the room, you turn on the light, for example, and once you are on the bed, what you do? You turn off the light with a bedside switch, right? Like a two-way operating things will be there. Means one single light, but two switches. So how it is works based on the wiring. Same thing, ROM is also internally it is burns like that. So when you give some input, you will get output. So but you cannot change the program inside of ROM. Okay, so that is a ROM chip. But these ROM chips are manufactured by ROM manufacturer people only. For example, Phoenix ROM or any Edward ROM or American Megatrend Inc. AMI BIOS. Okay, those people will means whatever chip manufacturer will put a program previously. But I want to put some program inside as per my desire. So then for that one they develop ROM, programmable read-only memory. It means I will take empty ROM myself. I'll put a one program inside that is called a programmable read-only memory. Once you program it, you can't change it. Okay, you can't change it. You have to if you don't want to leak the program, then you have to burn it. That's it. Okay, so using UV rays and all, so they will say you can able to program it. Okay, so we got a empty ROM and we program it and we cannot change it again. Once we done, we can't change it. That is called a PROM, programmable read only memory. Then erasable means we can erase it. We can't put it again, but once you do program and if you want to erase it, you can able to erase it. Okay, next, EPROM. EPROM we can able to read means we can program it and we can reprogram the it also means you will get a read and a write possible. It means we can able to erase the data and we can able to put the data into the EPROM chip. Okay, so permanently you can store some data and also you can add some data or maybe you can remove the data also like that. So erasable, electrically erasable, programmable, sorry, yes, electrically erasable, programmable, read-only memory. EPROM. So I'm missing P. Okay, so this is a electrically erasable, programmable memory. This EPROM chip usually nowadays we are using in a computer EPROM chip. It means it's not a read-only memory anymore. It can we can able to read it and we can put the data. So what is this? This PROM chip contains a program. This ROM chip. So whether it is ROM or a PROM, it is a ROM chip only. It contains a program inside. Okay, this contains. I will go with small letters. Contains a program in our ROM chip. Nothing but a chip. It's nothing but IC. It contains a program in the chip. Do you know what is the program? The program name is firmware. Firmware or firmware. It's a firmware. Better I will type once again. Yeah, this is the spelling. So today something is happened in morning itself. Still sleeping mode. Okay. Firmware or firmware. Some people call this one as firmware. Some are speak like a firmware. Okay, the program we call this is as a firmware. What is the firmware? Every device has a firmware, not only a computer. If you have a hard disk, mobile phone, a future phone, normal future phone, AC, printer, okay, so contains a firmware. What is this firmware? The firmware contains information of device, what device it is, what the device it is, and how to start. Okay, information of device, what device it is, and how to start the device, how to start the device when power on. Understand, this is the firmware means, okay, so information of the device, and another one is when you power on the device, how to start the device, so how to distribute the power, how to show the display, whether you should show the logo, it show the some text, it should show some blinking, okay, LED blinking, like that. So we can what to how to respond after power on, how to respond after power on, how to start the PC, like that. Okay, so this is what firmware will do. But in our computer, this firmware, we call that one as BIOS.
So your screen is stuck again.
Again, have to wait.
Yeah.
How to start, up to there is there, firmware BIOS, I typed it and still it is,
Loading.
yeah, it is, yeah, now it is taking a lot of time to type. I type something, FG, yeah, now it is type, taking too much long time. Okay, uh, guys, what is BIOS?
BIOS.
Hmm.
Basic input
Yeah.
output system.
Very good. Why type basic means, um, when we are in a debates or something like in a question and answer, so small hint, so like that, I given a one hint, okay, but don't fall for a small hint kind of stuff, ready to jump on it, that's it. Okay, basic input output system, very good. Now I have to see the two screens whether the it is working or not. So another kind of, currently we are using UEFI. Okay, so BIOS is a little bit older, and we are getting in a 64-bit now we are using. So that's why it is UEFI. It's a new version of BIOS. New version of BIOS with some additional things. Okay, so there is another features of also there, BIOS and UEFI differences. Difference is important, and again, so it includes something, so that's why MBR and GPT. If like this one, then when can I tell the practical part? If I tell a practical, I have to wait 5-10 minutes for each step. I, I type MBR and GPT. Now it is typing. See, it is taking almost 10-15 seconds. But teach Linux, like this, you know. It will again not only Linux, Windows and all. Step by step, you have to go. For everything, we can't wait. Maybe internet speed is also problem. I didn't get any internet problem.
Many tabs running inside, no sir. That is why also.
A lot of apps also running in background. Yeah, that is one of the reason. So what is this first one and second one? Mm, in a browser, this is my logs completed today. This is the one. These two are compulsory. You have to screen refreshing is okay, but typing it is not. We'll see. Um, okay, so this is a very important points. Do not forget. Okay, if you forget also, if I forget also, you should not forget. So there is a usually two type of framewares are there. Initially BIOS is there, still BIOS is there, but new one is added. That is a UEFI. So what is this firmware? Already I told. It is contains information of your device and how to start your computer. So your firmware, your BIOS chip on a motherboard. So I'm talking everything on a BIOS only. But BIOS and UEFI no difference. No difference as as per the firmware type. Okay, so no difference. So if I use a BIOS, uh, it does not mean like I'm not talking about UEFI. UEFI or BIOS, same thing only. BIOS is a more habitual word, so that's why we are using a BIOS. Okay, BIOS chip on motherboard only, enhanced into motherboard. You can't remove the generally not for a removing purpose. Not like a RAM. RAM we can able to change. RAM we can be able to change. Means we can remove the RAM, we can reinsert the RAM, or we purchase new RAM and add the new RAM. Like that, RAM we can is we can able to change. But your BIOS chip, BIOS chip or a ROM, BIOS chip. If you are using BIOS chip or a ROM, it is a standard chip on a motherboard. The standard chip on a motherboard. Okay, BIOS chip cannot change. We cannot change easily. Easily we can change it, but without using any like circuit board that unsolder it, remove it and connect it, or maybe you have to remove specifically and remove put another program inside. That is not much easy, so usually we don't do that one. The BIOS chip is usually like on the motherboard, or it is integrated with the motherboard, or maybe it is attached to the motherboard only. So it's not easy to change easily, like removing it like a RAM. We can't able to change it. We can't add another BIOS chip. Okay, no other sockets and all. Okay, you can't put a different chips, like you take it from another system, put it here. It won't possible. Okay, it's not possible. So you can't change it. It's difficult. Or not as a normal one. Okay, understand the difference between ROM and RAM is also there. That's why I'm telling this one. So RAM to store the data permanent. We forget about something about ROM. So ROM, it is a non-volatile memory. It's a permanent memory. Okay. So ROM and RAM differences, guys. Non-volatile memory, it is a permanent memory. So no data won't be erased with one. Okay. When power is off, data not erased. Okay. erased. Actually, spelling is not that one. Erased. Erased. Here also done somewhere. I done mistake here. Erased. E- what I'm typing. Erased. Okay. So it is. It's not I put a raised. Okay. So it cannot be data not erased even if your powering is off. Okay. So it's a permanent memory, non-volatile memory, non-volatile memory. So that is the main important point. RAM to store the data and give the data to CPU and like that. So it is a RAM is like a it's a flow of data. So it take data and flow. But ROM chip is not flow of the data. It won't take any data. It won't give the any data. So it is having a data to how to function. Okay. It is also a primary memory. It is a primary memory, but not main memory. So it's a one of the prime memory. RAM is a one of, ROM is a one of primary memory, but not main memory or physical memory. It is, we can't say it is one of the primary memory. It stores the data. Memory means it store the data, but permanent way. Here, any other point you have to add? Like yes, this is about RAM and ROM, guys. Again, RAM volatile memory, ROM non-volatile memory. RAM stores data temporarily, ROM stores data permanently. RAM is whenever the power is off, the data will be erased, means data will be removed, no data in the RAM. But ROM, even if you are power off, even if you are power off, data will be there. So that's it. Okay. ROM chip is like is a ROM contains a program inside. The program we call it as a firmware. Different devices having a different type of firmwares. In our computer, we call this firmware as a BIOS. And UEFI is also same as a BIOS, but the newer version of a BIOS. We call it as a UEFI, Unified Extensible Firmware Interface. Okay, so what is a BIOS? Basic input output system, or if you are using a UEFI, it contains the information of your motherboard mainly. Okay, and when you start your PC, so when power is distributed to your motherboard, first response is go to the BIOS only. First response is BIOS only. That we will come back. Okay, next. So we can change the RAM. We can remove the RAM. We can insert another RAM. Okay, or maybe you can add another RAM. You can increase the size of the RAM. Okay, change means it comes with all the things. So don't fix with the change means go to the variable names. Like change means we can increase the size, we can decrease the size, we can add another RAM, or maybe you can replace the RAM. Change means it comes with all the things. Definitely today something is happened to me. Huh? I put all spellings wrong. Even I try to correct the spelling also, I'm putting something wrong in this side. My fingers or me, something is not cooperating with each other. Okay, so RAM can be able to change, like you can increase or decrease the RAM size. Okay, we can increase the, otherwise I will put it here. We can increase, see, we can increase or decrease size of RAM. Okay, so it is, we can able to do it because it's flat. Okay, we can change or replace RAM. We can add another RAM. We can add another RAM. Very good. Have to wait again. Maybe it will be solved by afternoon. Mine is 12 GB RAM, so usually I have to close few things in the background, then maybe it will work. Yeah, finally got it. Add another RAM. That is the last one. Okay. Next, BIOS. We can't change it. We can't remove. We can't increase the BIOS size, or we can't replace the BIOS size and all. So generally we cannot do it. So generally you can't do it. Okay. So then maybe you need a technicians for that one to do it. Someone is left. Everyone is there, but someone is left. So it's okay. No problem. Okay. So this is about RAM and ROM differences. You yourself has make a one notes like what is the difference between RAM and ROM. So I'll put a question here. So what is RAM? What is ROM? What is the difference between RAM and ROM? Okay, compulsory. This is another question they're asking. Okay, now only I'm giving all the basic questions, not all the questions. So what I got into the mind, I'm giving this one. Okay, this is about RAM and ROM. So I will tell only one part, that is what is a BIOS. BIOS EFI will discuss later, but so normally what is a BIOS settings and what's in a BIOS. So that is we will see. Okay, BIOS contains the information of your system. BIOS contains information of your motherboard. I'll put a for motherboard. I'll put a MB. Okay, not a megabytes. Okay, I'll put M.B. So then motherboard, you will get it motherboard. Okay, so information of motherboard. It means the chipsets, slots, connectors, the motherboard, backside panel connections, front side panel connections. So everything. So onboard chipsets like audio chip, video chips, USB ports. So every information stores in a motherboard. Information stores in a your BIOS chip only. First of all, second, processor can be changeable, right? So first one is like a processor can be changeable. So you can insert a you are inserting a processor. You're putting a processor on motherboard. So it get details of all other connected devices to motherboard. M.B. Okay, to get all the device connected. So example, CPU. Okay, if you are connected a RAM, so you must there is a RAM. RAM is also changeable, means you can remove the RAM and we can insert the RAM, right? So you compulsory have to put the RAM. CPU details, RAM details, and hard disk details. You are connecting hard disk details. Okay, maybe if you have a CD-ROM or a DVD-ROM. Okay, maybe what we can able to get front panel connections. Okay, front panel connections, back panel, onboard, offboard connections. Okay, power supply related things, the CPU features related one. Okay, information of CPU information, CPU features information. Okay, so like that, removing this one. So information of this one. Okay, and also it runs clock. Okay, it runs certain clocks, all kind of stuff. Okay, um, okay, first of all, get the information of all connected devices to the motherboard. So what are you connected to motherboard? CPU is connected, RAM is connected, hard disk is connected, either on board or maybe through the cable you are connected. So that is, it get the information of connected device when system is power on. When system is power on. Guys, I'm telling you each and everything very slowly. Make sure that for everything you can able to give an answer at time of interview, mock interview, anything. Okay, anytime anybody asks question, give immediate information and also search for that one. Okay, so when it is power on, it take the information from CPU. What is the CPU, how many cores of CPU, how much RAM size, what is the clock speed of RAM size, what is the model of the RAM size, what is the hard disk size of the hard disk, name of the hard disk. There is a size of the every hard disk has some number is there, a representation with a number or a model number is there, a DVD, CD, those information also it will take it. Okay, next. In BIOS has enable disable of certain features are there, like a hardware features. Not only enable disable some settings, enable disable and setting of hardware features are there. For example, you know, tomorrow is a Java practical exam or C++ practical exam. What we do? We put all the programs. You ask your friend. So we put all the programs into pen drive. I went to the lab and connect the pen drive into the front panel and try to open the pen drive. It is won't open. Last time one guy told like this. So they are very seriously go to the presentation. Practical presentation means project presentation. They connect a pen drive to USB port. Their office means their college USB computer USB port, and it is not open. They took another person laptop and they are connected it. So how it is possible when you are connected a pen drive and it is not working? Because we can disable the USB port. We can disable the USB port and VMware example like a we can disable USB port. Okay, which ports you are not required, then you can disable it or enabling virtualization. You know this one. I think already Madhu sir told enabling virtualization features. Okay, like that. You can disable the hardware or enable the hardware things or enable virtualization features. You know when you start your computer, they if you see a keyboard, normal desktop keyboard, the first light will be glow the when even it is starting time only the numlock is on. That type of features also we can do it. Clocking speed, we can change the clock speed of CPU kind of stuff. Clock speed of CPU also we can able to change it, or that features we can able to change it. Legacy operating systems, we can able to select it a legacy operating system. Ports, okay, ports configuration, everything we can able to do it. So not hardware level enabling and disabling features through BIOS settings. Okay, now what is the BIOS contains? Information of motherboard, all on motherboard, what are the chipsets are there by default. uh, um, so normally default information of motherboard means on motherboard, the manufacturing direct motherboard, what are the chipsets are there, entire information is there. When it is power on, it get the information of connected devices like a CPU information, RAM information, or hard disk information and every information. And also it will update when you change the hardware device, and also update information of a hardware device. Okay, it is also update information of your hardware device when it is changes. Like I remove my 4 GB RAM and I put 8 GB RAM instead of 4 GB RAM. Immediately it will update at the power off condition only. So any hardware changes, you must power off only. So next power on, automatically it will understand. So um, at next boot or when power on. Again, when you are power on, then it will update that one. So if you are change anything, you must be power off and change the RAM, change the CPU or whatever it is at the power off time only. Any hardware connection, motherboard direct connections. So when you do it, so better internally whatever it is, you have to power off and you can change the hard disk or a CPU or RAM kind of stuff. If you want to add it or remove it, so you have to power off it. So when you power on, automatically RAM will get the ROM will get this information. Enabling, disabling, and settings of hardware features. Disable USB ports. We can do it. Disable example is you disabling USB port. Enabling virtualization feature in a hardware level. Clock speed of CPU changes. Like this is a examples we can able to change. Okay. And BIOS also stores. Okay. Um, time and date. Easily tell like a time and date. And also we can mm, protect your hardware BIOS settings. To protect BIOS settings, we can give passwords. Two type of password, admin and user password you can give. Okay, you can give admin and user passwords. Admin password and as well as user password you can able to give. If in case again it is slow, then please tell me. Time and date it stores, and it store the passwords. Okay, to protect your BIOS settings, like unauthorized person cannot do it. Okay, so but here, but thing is the time and date and your passwords settings. Settings means enable, disable, these kind of settings. Okay, the settings means enable, disable settings you done right already. Enable or a disable or a change of feature, one feature to another feature, like these are all comes under settings only. Okay, so these things store temporarily. This is temporary data. Okay, it stores temporary. What is a temporary? It means, what is the meaning of this one? When power is off, when PC turn off, when PC is turn off, okay, the data gone. Means okay, when PC turn off, when you power off the PC, or any word you can use, a lot of words are there. When you power off the PC, when you do this, when you power off the PC, okay, this data gone automatically or erased. Okay, erased or gone, whatever the word you can use it. These data means time and date, password, settings, temporarily store, and the data will turn off when you turn off the PC. It gone. Then what to do? Okay, to protect the data. to protect, or maybe uh, to run to protect data yeah, after power off, turn off. Anything you can use the word, okay, to protect your data. So I will use the to protect this data after turn off. We use a battery. Internally, a battery is there.
CMOS battery.
Yes, very good. Okay, we use a battery. The battery is made up of lithium battery. So, nothing but a lithium battery, 3 volts battery. It's a very small battery. It's like a round one, 3 volts battery. It protect. It means it will supply. Okay, the battery supply power to um, and the battery supply power to your our BIOS chip. Okay, so and also this battery called so or also any word you can use it. So or also use anything like this battery. Yeah, what I'm typing battery called as CMOS battery. Okay, this we call normally as a CMOS battery. Okay, if you go to the market and you say this, I want a CMOS battery, and they will give you a battery, so no problem. 10 rupees the cost, around the 10 rupees. 10 or some people, if you are in a Pune, definitely the cost is variable. They'll give 20 rupees because you don't know. It's a cost is a battery is a 10 rupees only. Okay, it's not more than that one in general. It is very cheap battery only. That is enough. Like it will come more than 3 to 4 years. Okay, depends upon your system. Next one is like a lithium battery. Daily using computer battery will be won't operate like it works always. But if you not using a computer for a very longer period of time, automatically battery also become weakens. It's a 3 volt battery made up of lithium. It's a lithium battery only. So we also called as a CMOS battery. If you go to market and say lithium battery 3 volts, they don't understand. You say CMOS battery, then automatically they'll understand. Now, anyone tell what is CMOS? Someone is trying to tell, but I can't able to hear. CMOS.
Complementary metal oxide.
Complementary metal oxide semiconductor.
Very good. I need a full form.
Sorry.
Okay, so complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Actually, there is no CMOS chip. It's actually nothing but a chip. A transistor. Okay, there is a NMOS and PMOS. The combination of NMOS and PMOS, we call it as a CMOS because it contains both the properties of NMOS and CMOS, so it become a CMOS. Okay, N channel MOS, P channel MOS. It is nothing but a MOSFET. It is nothing but a MOSFET. Metal oxide semiconductor field effective transistor. Okay, this is a field effective transistor. This is nothing but a transistor. Multiple transistors are there in a chip. One single chip contains multiple transistors. Some may have 1,000, some may have 10,000, some may have 1 lakh, some may have 40 lakhs. Okay, depends upon your chipset. P4, that time when P4 is released, so it is a very highlight in the market. That is because it contains 4 lakhs transistors are there inside. Okay, 4 lakh transistors are there in the P4. Now we don't know, we are not getting highlight of how many transistors are there inside. The CMOS cameras are there. Okay, so means that's a transistor. We'll check that one. So it is a transistor, whatever it is, it's a transistor. But you say, we are saying it is CMOS battery. Transistor is not a battery. It won't generate any power, or it won't store any power, and it won't generate any power also. It won't transfer the power also. Transistor is function as a on or off conditions only, arithmetic and logical based on your connected, usually on or off conditions only. Okay, so what is why it is called as a CMOS battery? Because our chips are we are using CMOS technology. CMOS chips we are using, CMOS transistors are we are using to build a chip. BIOS, RAM, processor, everything is nothing but a CMOS material only, semiconductor material only. Okay, so CMOS type of transistors we are using here. So the power it is providing from the battery is supporting for a CMOS chips. The voltage level, current level is very good supporting for a CMOS chip. That's why um, we call that one as a CMOS battery. It is started so many years back, calling that battery as a CMOS battery, and of course still we are using like that only, and without verifying why it is a CMOS battery. Immediately, what is a CMOS battery? Immediately, what is CMOS? We write in examination, we pass in examination, no one knows why it is called as a CMOS battery. Okay, CMOS is a transistor, it is a MOSFET, field effective transistor. But the battery we use, the lithium battery, this battery support for your CMOS chips. That's why the battery we call it as a CMOS battery. The voltage level, the charge level and voltage level, it give longer period of time for a longer support for our chips. That's it. Someone will tell like if you are forget mm, your if you are forget your system password, like I have a, for example, I have a username is user1, I have to log in with username, then I have to give password. Okay, I type my username and I type my password. So in system you have a username and password is there na. You log into system, you have a username, your name or someone name is there. Okay, and you have to type the password. If you forget this password, what to do?
So
Anyone?
click on forget password.
I didn't get it. Again, tell me, please.
So we can click on forget password. Else we set some tips questions like hint questions.
Good.
We
Okay.
can
Very good.
click on that.
Normally, Gmail account or any account, there is a forget password.
Yes.
I'm asking about Windows password. Windows system password.
So while making a password, we also make some hint questions
Yeah,
through
right.
which we can recover the
Professional.
password.
Usually like Windows, when you install, starting when you create a user, it asks for a 3 hint questions, security
Yes.
questions. Go to the forget password, then it will, you have to go through that previous hint questions, then you can able to change your password, and then we can log in. Very good. Good, that is the correct answer. Actually, I'm expecting wrong answer, but you are telling correct answer. Some people having a very good ideas of so many other things, but that's why I'm waiting for some as per our current topic. Okay, Navala. So then, and definitely you will give some correct wrong answer, correct wrong answer. Okay, you given correct answer. That is original how to troubleshoot. Okay, so that's the original one, but I'm expecting. Okay, here in a BIOS, we said there is some data like a time and date, settings, passwords. Okay, these kind of stuff will be removed when a power is off. To not get removed. Okay, to not get removed, so we are using a battery. We are using a battery. So as long as this battery is connected and running, this data, this data is safe. If you remove the battery, this data will gone. So you shut down your system, you remove the battery, and automatically date and time, passwords and settings will be gone from the BIOS. Again, if you start the PC, it will ask for you to the it will go to the default settings. So one second, I have to tell this point. Okay. Um, so I will go to the small one. If removal of the CMOS battery, okay, so the reset resets. Okay, it's a CMOS battery. It resets to factory defaults. Okay, so factory defaults. Okay, it's reset to the factory defaults. It means like do you remember your featured phones? Old days we use now we are using smartphones, but old days we are future phones. After working 2 3 days, lot of data is there. When you remove the battery, like in earlier days we keep changing sim cards also. So we remove the battery and you reinsert the battery. What happened? Your call data, time and date, everything gone, right, from your mobile phone. So your recent call data will be gone. Your time and date will be gone. Again you turn on the PC. If you whenever you turn on the PC, what happened? Sorry, whenever power on your mobile phone, what it will ask? Please set the time and date. Okay, same thing. When you remove the battery, the current running time and date, passwords and settings will gone from the your BIOS chip, and it reset the settings. It reset BIOS settings. Settings means BIOS settings to factory default. Again you have to change the setting as per thing. Okay, so maybe earlier days, factory default means 1998. That is a factory default for computers earlier days. Now it is will give you 2000. Now it is 2020. If you remove battery, and it will go to the 2000, 2004, like that. So when the motherboard, actually the details of motherboard is there, the settings of based on the settings. So the last date it will go to the that settings only. The new settings are gone, and you will get an error also. If you remove the battery and reset to the factory defaults, time and date gone. So what happened when you start your PC? Okay, so CMOS error, it will show CMOS error. Press F1 to continue, something like press F1 to continue. Okay, press F1 to continue, CMOS error. So if you see on your screen CMOS error, when you are seeing a screen CMOS error, something like that, if it is say F1 to continue, continue it, change the date and time, and then continue your system. Okay, change and date and time and continue using your system. But if in case if you are not change your date and time, it is went to the factory default. For example, the default setting for a time and date, just for example date, I'm going with the date only. It is 1 sorry 01 01 2001, for example. This is my factory default settings. Currently I'm using 2021, 20 years back setting. Okay, this is the time it is showing in your screen. Here it is showing your time and date as that one. This date is changed, and you will get, like, if you open a here if you open a browser, if you open Gmail or Facebook, it won't open. It shows error. It shows error, certification error. It shows because we are using HTTPS compulsory time and date accurate. If you went to 6 months back or 1 year back or 2 years forward, it won't work. So compulsory, you should maintain it time and date as per the thing. Okay, so compulsory, make sure that the date and time running as per your location and as per the correct time and date you have to maintain. Okay, so like this, if you remove the CMOS battery or battery is over, the power is no longer power is there. Okay, so so it reset to factory default, and you or no charge in the battery also will show CMOS error. No charge in the battery, it is also shows CMOS error. It go to the default settings. For example, the date is going to the factory default. Then when you open a system, you got some issues, including web browser. If you open a gmail.com, it will throw errors. So why? Because of time and date not synchronized properly, and compulsory HTTPS, any secure kind of stuff you are using. Forget. Thank you for asking lunch break. Otherwise, I don't eat, you don't eat. I will give break in just 2 minutes. Okay, no problem. Okay, understand this point. Okay, so compulsory it is there. Now question is, if you forget your password, system password means your username password you are giving, what you do? Expected wrong answer is, some people will tell remove. Actually, that is first you given correct answer, but some people will give this kind of idea because people don't have a. People think they have lot of knowledge. Those actually don't know anything. Okay, that's the problem with the people. Okay, remove CMOS battery and put it back. Okay, put it back. So then your data will be clear. So as per my this statement, see, removal of the CMOS battery. So it will remove all your data, time and date, password, settings will remove. This is the statement only. People are very intelligent. People are not intelligent. People are becoming very intelligent. So we don't expect that kind of knowledge and all. Very thinkable people. So we don't know. So lot of people give an idea of this one. If you forget your system password, means my username and password, username, and when I give a password, my operating system password. Okay, so they tell remove your CMOS battery, put it back, so it will clear the password. But this will remove your hardware password, not operating system password. So this is actually wrong answer. Okay, this is actually wrong answer. So removal of battery, it won't remove your operating system password. That is I'm expecting. Okay, so very good. You don't know this kind of stuff means very good. Okay, so removal of CMOS battery won't remove your system password. It remove your hardware password, BIOS password. It will remove. Okay, that's my point. Okay, now guys, what I'm doing is I'm stop this recording.
This conference is no longer being
Okay,
recorded.
take a lunch break and be back at